I'm not gonna keep waiting for the ads to finish. We're done. Oh, where was I yesterday? What was I doing? Not yesterday. Last time, Friday? Thursday. I think I didn't stream. I don't think I streamed on Friday. So last time since Thursday. All right. What are we doing? What were we doing? We were making trees, and I had like little bitty trees like this, all the way up to much bigger trees. So let's see, little tree. These come out pretty nice. I don't remember them being this good, but I'm okay with these. For this one, let's see. You're a little flat. If I gonna be kind of, I guess, that one. No, I was wrong. I had a shaft there because I was like trying to think of stuff. Okay. This one can come out half bad. From a distance, I like that little pop of color. You get to see one thing, which is leaf. Persistent true. Last stream I had an issue. I'm gonna swap these. Yeah, it's better. I had an issue last stream where my leaves were disappearing, and that fixed it right there. I needed to make sure they were set to persistent true. I don't mind this one either. Look at that. And then I don't have tick going on right now, which is probably why we don't have like firefly particles around here, but I don't think I would mind them. They kind of add to the magicalness of the kind of place for building. So I'm cool with that. That sounds just fine with me. Okay, so let's see. I started this, and I guess I then pulled it over here because I realized it was going to get a little too big. Do we like this? Do I still like this? I mean, that could still be a tree. What are we using for the base? Is that spruce? That's spruce. Okay. Spruce wood. We have that. We're going to turn you into a Bezier curve. We're going to bump up the radius to 1. Oh, I guess not, actually. I think we're at the part of doing some of this by hand. What did I do? Oh, I had some signs in here. Okay, so I was adding some softness to some of the curves. If I'm going to do that, I guess I might as well do that here as well. That's a bit steep. So what if we just do that and put trapdoor there for that side, but that'll also smooth it out on this side, see? But I don't know if that, ooh, no, that don't look good. No, because it doesn't like smooth it there. Now from back here, that's not too bad. From over here, that's not too bad. But we want something, maybe like a spruce, a little lighter right there. And what we can do is we kind of cheat that like this. And do it this way instead. How's that look on this side? You don't really see it on that side. Okay, but now if we do take, I know if we replace, it doesn't really, it doesn't affect this, which is fine. That kind of smooths that out a lot, but it makes it a lot fatter as well. As opposed to this. Ooh, you know what might work? is... Try a brown, but it might come down to light or gray stained glass. Tree time! Hey, Milton, how you doing today? And yes, tree time. Yep, I think that'll be it. I think that'll be it. And if we do it like this, I think that smooths it out a bit. How are we doing today? How's your Monday, your week starting off? What do you got planned this week? Let's see. Like, obviously, we'll want to transition into just some different blocks up here, but also... Trees have to be the favorite thing to build in Minecraft. Yeah, I like them because you can't really do them wrong. So all you have to do is just keep playing with it. It'll eventually come out looking okay. And since I fixed what was plaguing me last time, I can also just start with if we want to do keep existing, we want to turn off the offset because I want to get right up on the center. And then meta ball. Increase the range of our meta ball. We change you to a cone. I don't think that's gonna work in this one like it did in this one over here. But yeah, I do love building me some trees. Wants to get a 72-hour study this week. Ooh, nice. What are you studying? Especially, what are you studying that requires so much time? All right, let me. Let me look up some trees. I think we're gonna go with using a full-on reference. I like that one. I like this one. That kind of fits the vibe with a lot of what we see. Oh, Pinterest. All right. I'm just right quick saving some more reference images. Yeah, I think we messed up starting from the trunk. Like all the way at the trunk, it looks like we could have been doing better. Okay, so I got 3 new pictures, and we'll pull some of them up into the thing. And then, oh, didn't mean to do that. All right, so what I'm gonna do, we're gonna do file, open reference image, Boy, it would be helpful if it just started off going, hey, these are all images. Let's look at these in as a thumbnail. We're gonna start with this drawing of a nice basic oak. That should be not difficult. Should be not too difficult. So I'm gonna start off with a path, just like we were. We're gonna make sure we're at least spruce wood. To keep existing. That all looks fine. Okay. That's the front of our tree right here, facing whatever direction that is. This one, we're going to go immediately override our radius and go down. And this one will split again. Override radius. Is this just practice? Technically the whole project is practice. My goal is to rebuild, at least starting off with Elwyn Forest from World of Warcraft. And the goal is to get me to practice a whole variety of different build styles and types so I can just get better at building. And trees is a big part of that. Being able to like dive into this was a lot of coloring and trying to figure out how to detail with a smaller space. I say no, and it's a fairly sizable build. I would say this is like, some people would probably make a starter base this size, but I know that this would be like a mid-size base level. Like this is like a mid-game build in survival. But yeah, a lot of it is just that. It's kind of a bit of practice and a bit of like the whole reason I started the project was specifically to get better at drawing, at building. Destroy you and. Mostly, the only way to get better is to place a lot of blocks, and I didn't have a reason to place blocks, and I was like, why not this? And it's working out so far. If I do solid, I can now delete that. know what? Actually, I'm going to delete this path here that we just made. We're going to remake that. Turns out wonderfully? I think so, yeah. And the reason we're deleting that is because you see, like, obviously we're working on a 2D image, but I want this to be able to look good at all angles. So we're going to bring you down to 1. And you're going to lean forward a little bit. First this way and then over here, all while leaning a bit forward. Oh, actually, catenary kind of worked out a little bit. Kinda. Ah. There we go. It's the scale of it that's messing me up. All right, so I know I want this one to kind of come forward a little bit while this one stays a bit more central. And then for this V here, that's going to be right here. And probably lean back a bit. That should be a little flatter actually, so we'll and obviously we'll make sure it like sits in this a bit better before coming up into the actual branches here. Like that. That's kind of this branch a bit. Now for right here, I know we're going to have how does that look from afar? Kind of garbage, wow. I don't know what I'm doing. A big part of it, of course, being that this is all just one straight line. So actually, I guess I shouldn't have deleted that. A lot sharper than it needs to be. So we're just gonna kind of keep tweaking it and keep poking and prodding at the build until I'm happy with the shape. And then of course happy with it on all sides. Like that. Let me try. I don't know why I keep trying to build this weird crescent moon out of this. Also, I'm pretty sure I just beat up, yep, some holes back there. Goofy maze. Let's see if I can't get that shape. If I can get that, I think I'm going to be happy with the rest of it. So let's do tools again. And I know some of this, like how am I trying to say this? I just need it to lean lightly. And I'm also trying not to make the tree freaking huge, but honestly, it might come out freaking huge. And I just have nothing to do with it. Like, no way around that. Because I know one part of it, one part scale, and then like into here, that's going to be shading. That's just coloring to make the twist come out. I don't know, how big are you for a trunk? How big? I mean, it can be a big tree, and you're leaning back really bad. Got a bit of a twist like this. That might not look bad. It's big, but it's only still just a trunk. You know what? Yeah, hold on. Let's do a quick clone. Move it over to here to where our Abbey is, and that can act as a scale. Because I know some of the trees I am going to want like bigger. Yeah, that trunk can get way bigger, actually. Oh, I forgot something. I have to go do something right quick. Gonna be right back. Very sorry about that. Ow. I will get you correct, tree. Oh. Oh, you know what? I bet you I know why this keeps looking so weird. If I override the radius of this bottom one and pick it up by 1. Not the whole thing. Override. And just let it get a little thinner up. I think that's going to feel... Oh, that feels a lot better. That's what it was. I don't know why such a basic thing is something that I just kept missing, but that looks a lot better to me. That feels a lot better doing that. All right. It's got that bit of a lean to it. It's not too flat. And then from here, we can start adding the extra stuff. Okay, let's do that. We're going to... Boop. Well, first off, we're going to... delete you. And we'll come and grab this. Using this as a good scale, that was nice. That was a good idea for me. Good job, Mazriel. Okay, up like that, and then let's scroll you back over here. Okay, now with our radius at 1, we're going to do go ahead and make our radius 0, and we'll take this one and override this radius to 1. We'll override that one to 1. That's a bit extra flat right there, so I think that fixed it though. Like, it needs to be flat but not a straight line. And then this one kind of goes up a bit sharper in the back, like that. Get this starting way deeper into this crevice, though, like that. Definitely different. You know, like, we're gonna have some smaller ones here that we'll do with fences in a minute. Alright, so from way down into here. I want to lean this just a hair back, but not too much. We have this, and then this has a bigger one coming off over here and going up into the tree. There's this even smaller one that comes from back here to over here. Not quite like that though. More of a curve like that, yeah. Let's see. And I think this needs to be deeper inside the trunk to make sense. Beautiful. Way down in here, we're going to come up here. Do this outward one out here first. This one might be better, is it? No. I think like that. And then that, enter there. And what we're going to do is unoverride this one. It kind of goes behind all of this a bit, so we're going to want this to lean out over here, but kind of still in a way that makes sense. So that does it. For a start, what do we think? I think that's kind of close. That's not too bad. Of course, we can color things up and smooth things out as we move along. Even from other angles, it looks kind of weird, but that's okay. It's gonna get covered in leaves as well. All right, so from here, what do we want to smooth out? What do we want to work on? And what do we want to texture? Thank you so much for that spook. Sounds like you were trying to cure a villager. Should probably redo some of those spooks, mostly because I'm in creative. A lot of those are supposed to be like scary while you're running around caving or something like that. I gotta think of something else for that. You know, Milton, if you've been lurking for the last couple of streams, you've probably got gold that you can redeem for. I got a lot of other sound effects going with that one instead. I just don't know how to like better. I have the bot that reminds people of it. I need to find a way to like get that showing up on stream every once in a while. You spooked yourself? Nice. Right here needs to get smoothed a little bit. Let's see. I have that's bright, the dark, the darker, the dark to darker. Commands here are awesome. Yeah, I did a great job. Oh, awesome. Are you able to find the ones that were on Discord? You can see what all of those are, because like, obviously those exist outside of the Twitch redeems. That's the wrong button. Well, operations. We're gonna try out just to see if I can't do it. Auto shade. See what this suggests. But we're gonna do our own palette. So if you hold control, you can drag the buttons over. Dude, the sun's coming, say from like over here-ish. Auto shade. Ha 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 ha. We messed up. Okay. You down, you up. Auto shade. Yep. Oh, not quite there. What about auto shade does not like work well because it doesn't quite make sense. That's okay. What we can do instead is just tab a whole lot. Clear the selection, clear my tool. And then this is where infinite reach comes in super handy. Rue on RP, back. Sorry I haven't been in my live stream. No, that's absolutely okay. Vacation sounds like fun. Where'd you go? What'd you did? If that's not too personal. You got us just as we're painting and building some trees for this World of Warcraft build I've been working on the last few weeks. Oh, last week. I think this is day number 8 of working on World of Warcraft builds. Doo-doo-doo. Your Adelaide has been good so far. Got a bit planned for it though. Ooh, that does sound exciting. I haven't been to a lake in a very long time, so that sounds very exciting. Let's see. The idea here, we're just going to be lightening up. Whoops. The tips up here, like the higher parts and the parts that are like make the most sense that they would have been touched a bit by the sun, while keeping down here pretty light as well, because you know that makes sense to me. And we'll change this up a bit whenever we get the leaves in. We'll probably go back over this a bit. But it helps establish some shape. Trees looking nice. Awesome. Thank you so much for saying so. Yeah. We only just started it. We'll see how it all looks towards the end. This oak might be a bit too bright. I might be replacing all this. I think I might be replacing all this oak. And we'll just kind of do some Go ahead and replace out the dark oak wood where it's lighter, but not with that bright, and then we'll patch in some real bright stuff a little later. I think maybe like a mangrove might... It's still kind of bright. It's not as bright as the dark. Ooh, you know what we could do? How's that? Is this lighter? That's a bit lighter without taking it away, without taking like away everything, because the roots are lighter. Oh. You gotta go to catch more of the streams? Not a problem. Enjoy your vacation, my man. That sounds like a blast. All right. Whoop. I don't need to hold tab. I'm goofy. So we're going to get some of the branches up into the here to get these shapes. So let's see. This one pretty much stops right here-ish. So let's start breaking into out here. Or before we do the branches, do we want to try to see what if we can do put some leaves on this thing? And then kind of just intermix some branches inside. Let's see what happens if we do that. Not a cone. We're going to do a super sphere. Now it makes so much more sense. E. Milton, what's that? What's making more sense? As far as the build, or and also welcome to YouTube, Milton. See, unless I get in with like the branches first, I guess I can't really meta ball shapes in. So that's not gonna work like that. Another thing we could do instead of meta balling shapes though is turn off my meta ball. Do something like this. We grab our magic select, bring it way down, something like this. Oops. Before I do that yet, let's surface only. Roll a J, that. And see if we can end up getting like little blobs of leaves that are still kind of empty like that. And who I'm talking to? So yeah, I do. I cross stream to YouTube. I hope that shows in the chat, but I'm seeing that might not be all that viewable. Hold on. I might need to get a box for chat. I was trying to avoid a box for chat because I don't always have the most active of chat, but I might need to figure something out. Because yeah, I can see where that's not viewable at all, especially with this reference image right here. I'll have to keep that in mind. Oh, guess I'm out of luck. Alright, so from right here, some of the branch goes out to here. Bring you up a little bit. Down and then here it goes. Oop. Right on up. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. I guess technically this doesn't have to go down. I'm being weird about this. Leaves go down. The branch doesn't go down. I don't know why I was weird about that. Okay. Ah. Actually, I'm curious. Right now, I'm curious. If I do... I could have done stairs and slabs for this whole thing. That probably would have looked a lot smoother. I'll have to remember that for the next stream. I'm not about to do that right now. But... use stairs and slabs. Did I mean way smoother there? Okay, no, though. I don't think I can just do... Trying to think of little shortcuts I might be able to make my life easier down the road, but it's not happening. No, not there. Nice little 45-degree angle for this branch. We don't actually need to see one in every spot. What we can do is a leaf right there is where a leaf would go. Let's see. A branch out there. I want you to kind of come straight back a bit and then up like this. If I have this though, now when I meta ball and I bring it up, it should An ad break in 3 minutes. Yeah, I guess I'll have to take that. Should I do something like this? But I guess as we grow, I guess I'm just gonna have to like make leaves and then get in and clean them up over and over and over and over and over again. Tempted, honestly, tempted to just like not meta ball, but just like dump a big block of leaves here and just stay them back and shave. That's tempting, but I don't think that's the play. Don't think that's the play. Why this hollow I do. All right, let me think on this for just a second. Oh. Let me turn that off. And I guess fix this. Whoops. What a messy workspace I'm making. Okay. Let me think on this for just a moment. Let me go ahead and run these ads. I'm gonna step away, just like, you know, stretch, grab a water, etc. And then I'm gonna think of some little tricks that we can do to get the leaves up. Be right back, guys. That was longer than intended. But I'm back. I'm back. Gameplay, back to game. Let's get rid of this little rock that I made. And boy, do I just not have any tricks for leafing this tree. I should probably start watching tutorials or something for my stream. YOLO. Just start placing leaves, I guess. Well, it's like here we have, like, I guess we can try to copy some of these shapes using the shape tool. So like right here, we kind of have a longer one. What's the expand? I didn't know I did that. That's cool. I've never really played with this too much. That's kind of fun. Turn off metal ball for a second, turn off hollow for a bit. And then, so let's try to get this little like oblong shape here. We're going to separate these. That's the wrong way. That's the wrong way. And that's the right one. We're going to have this little oval here, right? And it does kind of stylize the leaves a bit, but we'll see what happens. It might work. This might work out really well for us, where we try to copy these different shapes into the tree. It's not quite at the tippity top of that branch. It's more like this. That's the fat. Make this thinner, and then we'll shave right here, kinda. Oop. Let's get it actually into our branch here. Ooh, we might not have to shave it. If I'm clever, we might be able to just do... Why did it shoot back there? I didn't ask you to do that. All right, looking at it from head on, I should still want to be able to see a bit that this splits. And what I'm going to do is a freehand draw. No, that's not the right one. Freehand select. That's the right one. Radius 1, or 0, so I'm selecting just a block at a time. And we're going to head and take all of this stuff right here. And delete that. And then we can come in here and dirty it up a bit. Dirty up the bottom a bit. Punch out some other leaves here. Punch out some of the insides. That's always a good thing. It's supposed to be airy, is what all the builders call it. What I hear all the cool kids say. actually. This one's kind of a bit longer like this, and we'll get in there and clean that up again. What if we do metaball it? How's that look? If I metaball it and I play with the range, am I able to get away with a bit more? Metaball's not really doing it right there. But we need to make sure this doesn't stay super flat like it is right now. But I think for right here, like granted, this is like 3 different shapes. We could do that instead. So make you a lot smaller. The first one is more of just, yeah, just kind of a sphere. Right out here in front. Fine, no metaball. No metaball shenanigans, because it's not looking good. For this one, I think I'm just going to have to go into the back and really shape this by hand and make it look like not bad. Bring this like that. 7. Bring you up a bit, but a bit. How did I accidentally make like a little witch's hat on this thing? I made a little witch's hat on my tree. Oh, leaves are the hardest part. That was a little much. It's like leans, especially at a right angle, way too much. I don't know. I started off super happy with everything, and now I kind of hate everything. And I know that's kind of like part of the process, but also I kind of hate that. So let's see. Let's give it the old other college try. I don't love these leaves either. And those are birch trees. They're supposed to be a bit sparser. This one needs to be like full. I'm just not quite sure how to get those shapes without it looking like one giant big gross blob. That's the building experience? Yeah, I know. That's what we're here for, is to watch me be in pain and struggle through this. Oh, I am pretty happy with how the trunk came out, though. Like, these aren't really doing much of anything right now, but we'll get there later. It looks gorgeous. Oh yeah, I'm happy with the I'm happy with the trunk. It's just the leaves. Like like for these, it depends on the angle. Like from back here, I'm really happy with them. But from other angles, they're not quite there. But I mean, trees from every angle is not easy. I have found. But I am very happy with these. I'm very happy with this little guy. But it's recreating it. Like, you see how I did here with, like, the branches came up and everything? It's doing that here. Bigger. That's killing me on the inside. You know what? I did say I was really tempted to do it. Let's just see what happens when I do it. We'll do a sphere. We're going to not separate anything. We're going to... We are going to separate some things. Oh. Wait. Thing really is that it's something organic. What I usually do is have high reach and put time and effort, but this could totally work. Yeah, I think I might just be doing them by hand. I also think next time I'm gonna grab reference of trees in the winter. I think for Wednesday, which is my next stream, and it'll be an 8-hour stream, so I'm going to be doing this for a long time. I know I only have like 40 minutes left today because it's a short day stream. I'm trying to stick true to my schedule. What I'm going to do is, I think what I'm going to do is grab references for either dead or trees in winter, specifically the ones without the leaves, so you can actually fully see the trunk and the branches. Because you see here, like when I had the branches, that really shaped the trees. Like even if we close this, and I can pull back up our references image. That's one of the reasons the birch is the way it is and why I'm so happy with it, is because with birch trees, and I can confirm that with my backyard. I keep pointing that way. My backyard's that way. With my backyard, you see all the branches pretty much. And that's why these came out. Like I was pretty happy with them because you see all the branches. And I'm thinking... That's kind of my issue. That's where I'm flubbing up with the oak. Like, my very first tree that I was pretty happy with was a bonsai tree, and it's all branch. You see all of it, and then I can just put everything in there.
Penguin 0 Verl 0 Road rated your channel with 8 viewers.
Hi, Ames. How are you? How's it going? I was in the middle of a sentence when you rated, so you would interrupt me just as I'm in the middle of a thought. That's a very Ames thing to do. Let me unraid. We're coming back. You're just gonna go back online? You got a duck sausage. It was aged and smoked. Can't wait to feast. Well, okay. Told to say I smell really good. I do smell really good. I showered today. That's why my hair looks the way it does. Thank you. Thank you so much for the raid, Ames. How are you? How was the rest of your shoot? Did you die? Chat, you have to tell me. You can't lie. Did she already die? You didn't die. Congratulations. You lived to play another day. That's how we got here. By my good smells, that's how you found your way here. That you're bad at hardcore Minecraft? I don't know. So, guys, if you don't know, Ames plays very high-intensity hardcore Minecraft. She's an MCCI parkour master. She taught Emerald everything he knows. And now she's doing, like, a hardcore world and everything. And she does speedruns and stuff. Whereas I do comfy, cozy, creative Minecraft builds. That's pretty much my whole vibe. Hi. We're focusing right now on some World of Warcraft builds. That's what all this is behind us, the big church. And these trees in front of me. These trees. You do comfy cozy? We both do comfy cozy. Mine's just comfier and cozier. My later night streams are literally titled "To Fall Asleep To." She has a world record time in parkour. She does. It happens to be the slowest time, but it is a world record time, and it's more than I can say for myself. How's everyone doing, though? I hope everybody had a good time at Ames' stream. And did you get this chance to see the interior that I did for the church, for the Abbey here? Bye, Quackbot, love you. You had a great time in Ames' stream. Well, Penguin 0 Verl 0 RD, I'm happy you did. I'm gonna turn on the shaders. We're gonna check out the church. I got this done last week, and I'm waiting. I'm melting my computer. You didn't. Excellent. That. Hold on. Looks so much better. Yeah, I'm happy with it. Quackbot sucks. Quackbot doesn't suck. He's great. But yeah, you can see the exterior. Oh, Dino, you're here. This is what I was talking about. This is, you can get a closer look at the glass trick I did. Because this was blending in really bad. Now, granted, this other block I have, the cut tough bricks, helps out too. But yeah, I use this glass to stop it from blending in too much on the sides there. I think it worked out really well. Dino's gone, pretty sure. I agree, Quackbot. He went to eat his duck. I promise you, I have never changed. Like, I've asked you if you wanted me to whitelist you from the bot, and you've said no. But other than that, I have no way of making it like target you more. And so it has to be personal. But yeah, we walk in here. I need to find a way to do like 3 little busts right here. It's probably just going to be armor stands. We can see here we have this pretty little design on the floor. I'm very happy with this for the amount of space we had. It kind of matches what's going on up here. Well, look at that. You can see the detailing from the shulker box right there. I think that came out really nice. With shaders on, I'm not at all perturbed by the number of colors I have going on here. When RTX is off, though, oh boy, it's a lot of color. It's smoked sausage this time. Wow. We walk in here. We have the library. We have a couple of bookshelves. There's going to be a study area back here. I'm just not done with it. And we come up here. There's walkway around. I made this little like stand. Why not? I needed furniture. There's going to be another study area. He smoked a sausage. I mean, how else do you have smoked sausage if you don't smoke it? In here, this is the war room. This is where the warrior and paladin trainers are. I really liked how this came out. This little design in the floor out of stairs. These are all stair blocks, or all like that I used to tweak the little debug on. I think that came out really cool. And if you like that trick, that debug trick there, you're coming to fight. Yes, non-survival building. It is non-survival. But look at this. This is also where I did it. These that stair trick, I did it here, and you can technically do this in survival, not on a 1 block wide, but on a 2 block. You could probably recreate this, and it would look pretty rad. But look at this. I think it added a lot of texture without adding any extra depth or too much complexity. I just had to go up and down and right-click things a lot. But I think that came out real cool. That's a curse. This is because I can, so I did that. We come up here, and then the belfry's up here, but I've not actually finished building it out. So that's why it's all dark and gloomy. But there'll be a belfry up here. But yeah, this is Northshire Abbey, the very first place humans go to start their quest in World of Warcraft. And turning off shaders, you can see this is what I mean. That is a lot of colors, because this is a lightly modded gameplay. I have the create mod, which brought in a lot of new blocks. So you can see some modded blocks in here that I was using for colors. Just learned that word today, belfry. Yeah, I like the word belfry. If you come in here in the game, there is literally just a wooden platform in World of Warcraft, and you're like, dude, why? And it took a little while, and I was like, oh, you know what? That's a belfry. I bet you that's where a big bell would be if they ever made one, and they just never did. A bell fried the sausage. Yep, bell fry. That one's not making fun of you, Ames. That's just Quackbot laughing with you at cam. And now, because this sits in Elwyn Forest, let me swear in chat. Because this sits in Elwyn Forest, I was like, all right, we need trees. We need oak trees and some birch trees. So we started. We have these really small ones. Yes, some of these are just copies. That's fine. These very small trees, and then we have these larger ones, like this medium-sized oak. I'm working now on a very big one, and these big birch trees. I really like this little trick, the firefly bushes right here. You can get just a small pop of color. And if I turn on my tick speed, I don't want to right now because I might lose my leaves, and that'll make me cry. But if I turned on tick speed, you can probably get some fireflies flying around in there. But I think that came out really nice. See what happens to this world? Man, I can't wait to see what happens to this world. I have no idea what it'll be. That in the back, that was my first attempt, and it went terribly because I made it way too big. Hence everything getting smaller here, and I think this came out much better because of it. It's so easy to accidentally build too big with Axiom. Hence tree and working hard on tree. That's not my reference for the tree. This is the reference for the tree. Whoop. Reference for the tree. Ugh. But yeah. Now, you guys came in just as I was struggling, and Milton was laughing at my struggles. Not laughing, he's been nice. But Milton was watching me struggle with leaves. Leaves are tough, dog. They're hard. I think what I need to do is I need to see like where these leaves are going, and then just kind of try to put branches out. Because I was just saying, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop getting references with leaves. I might focus on references of trees in the winter. So like an oak tree in the winter, which actually I can probably find one right quick while I'm chatting with you guys about it. And specifically, so I can... Whitner. Specifically, so we can see all the branches. I want to see all the branches on an oak tree and let that determine where in the blazes all the leaves should go. Let's see. Can I find something kind of similar? Not really. Not that. Dudes, Pinterest. Great for finding reference, but my lord, is it just kind of... If you hate AI art, boy, is that a good place for you to go get angry about it. You build, you're gonna go get cereal. Ames, do you own an air fryer? I purchased one and it's changed my life, and it's not, it will allow you to eat meals that's not just cereal. I'm afraid that one day you'll just have a box of cereal at your desk and that's all you exist on. Is like handfuls of cereal at a time. I fear for it. I know she's gone, chat, but like I can't be the only one. I think what we're going to do is, yeah, we're just going to look at this and like, where would we put branches? You've had an air fryer so long, but you had air fryer chicken tenders for dinner. All right, I think what we'll do... All right, I think... For here, it makes a lot of sense for a branch, and we're just going to kind of start freehanding some branches now, so I can actually know where we're going to be putting leaves. I think that's what's really messing me up, is I haven't done branches well. So I think a branch out here makes a lot of sense. This one actually could probably be a path. And what we'll do is we can also replace some of these with fences and the like. Wait. Where's my... Override, keep existing, extend, extend. That's not it. That's not it. Override, override. Am I crazy for missing use stairs and slabs button? I could have sworn there was one. Could have sworn there was one. My stairs and slabs button. Ah, don't go away. Oh, you know what? I bet you it's because I have wood instead of, like, planks. So if I do dark oak planks, use stairs and slabs. There it is. That makes sense. All the way out there, right? And if I bring... Oh, right. So it won't let you kind of like, quote-unquote, overwrite the start of a line. So like that was my start. I had to keep that one in there. What are you doing? There we go. Sorry, OBS was being a weirdo. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to erase this. I'm going to let this, we're going to rebuild that little piece right there out of the exact same thing we're doing here, the stairs and slabs. And we're going to replace a bit of this as we go. And I'm hoping that'll make it come out a bit nice. We are going to override this radius to 1 and then out to 0. That's not what I wanted, but you know, we'll make that work too. You out there. That's way too far out, I can see. do like that, and I like that shape a lot right there. But let's bring this down like deeper into the tree. And then what we can do is move up a little bit more so it's like still in this. I think that fits really well. I'm surprised at how well that worked out. Okay. One thing we do want to turn off is no updates. We don't get any snaps like that. Especially as we start messing with like grass and stuff like that. We don't want to have any updates mess that up. We're going to do the same thing over here. We're going to rebuild this path. I know it's a catenary, that one. We'll do another Bezier. Ooh, gross. For this, we're not going to override our radius, actually. We're just going to let this be as is. Then picking up on here just a little bit. Evil Dead, oh, thank you so much for the subscription. I appreciate that. It's never necessary, but I always appreciate it. Oh, how are you doing today, Evil Dead? How's your Monday? What are your big plans for the week? How's work or school? You know, all of those. Appreciate the streams. Man, I appreciate the viewers. Let's see. Yeah, I think getting in there with the stairs and slabs helped a lot. I think from this direction, this branch looks real brilliant. I'm hoping that with the leaves, it'll look better. Because from these other directions, of course, it looks a lot more interesting. Like, that looks a lot more interesting from over here. Like, that looks kind of cool. So we'll see. We'll see how... Like, you know, perspective is a big thing. And the thing is we're going to have multiple copies of this tree. I'm going to be taking a lot of the trees that we're building, making a brush out of them, and seeing how it looks, getting a nice big brush across for forest.
You happy Monday, I guess, Kappa. Evil_dead subscribed to your channel for 3 months.
Thank you. I don't know whose voice that was. I guess that might have been like the, yo, happy Monday. A little late. Happy Cozy Tree streams. Yeah. Just a wee bit late. And sound alerts and everything. Okay. Okay. Fair enough. But I think getting in here with stairs and slabs, I think that's working out. I can already kind of see where we can start splitting a little bit more with fences to make like more tingerly-y. Okay, so we're gonna destroy this. We're gonna get back in here with the curve, with the up here, down here. We're gonna, that's something I don't quite understand. Oh no, override radius 1. It does make it kind of fat down here, like fatter than it needs to be for the bottom. That's okay. We'll keep you there. Most of that's gonna get not placed because I have override blocks off. We're cool with that. That's almost a straight line. I hate that. What if we catenary? So if we do that though, we'll delete that one. No, that's not working out. Nah, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay. Do this. We recurve back on. Our override radius by 1. Nice shape, thank you. Yeah, we're tweaking. We're getting there. It's a good reference, but it's also a 2D reference, and I'm trying to make, like, I don't want it to just look good from this angle. I want it to look good from all the different angles. And that's the tough part. I think replacing a little bit of this with, what do you call, fences will help. Let's see, how does this look? Other than the fact that I need to remove a bit of this. I know it's illegal, but I like it. So, yeah. Not you. Not you. Need to thicken whatever's going on over here just a little bit. And then actually attach these. Not like that. Not like that. Ooh, you know what'll work? Do that. Do that. Nah, that does not work. That works though. That got it. Oh. Oh, I bet you I have no trigger updates. Does that turn it off? If I... Yep. It does. Okay, cool. Okay, to play signs quickly, you can keep your no updates off, and boom, just play signs. Cool, that's so good. Love it. Love that. Okay. That thickened out pretty good and looks good. This honestly doesn't need a whole lot more work. No. Want that and that. All right, I've got to run ads in under 10 minutes, and I really have to use the restroom. So let you guys enjoy the music and my AFK screen for just 3 minutes, and I will be right back, guys. Hey, Mace is back. I got back before the ads to boot. I'm gonna sit right here for a second before the ads are done. We're gonna Okay. Looks like ads are done. I'm back. Let's go. I think that's a little fat. That's like bigger than the trunk itself right here. But if I shave too much, let's shave here, here, here. Because if I shave too much from the bottom, I guess that's okay, but I need to shave some from the top a bit, actually. That's a bit of a better shape. So let's. I went a little overboard. That's okay. It's fixable. Taking doggo out, BRB. Bad time, and I only just got back. I'm joking. Have fun. Doggos are important. Yeah, I think that's a little bit better. And then this is just one big square. So let's pop that, and that's the stuff. Even brighten it just lightly with the trap door. Like I said, from here, this looks like a straight line. From here, it looks fantastic. So I guess we'll just have to suffer. Kind of like this again. Like this is all one straight line until you look at it from here and you're like, oh no, it's not. It's kind of crooked. All right, I think with that, we start... Well, let's see, we do... Don't override. This time, I think we will override some blocks. Maybe not. Let's see. If we keep the existing, we'll just have to come in, destroy a bit of that. Another thing I can do is we put on angel place and we're like, all right, we're gonna want like a bit of a leaf over here and maybe one, let's see, up there-ish. Like we don't necessarily need to place every single block for the branch. We just want to place the representation of them. Like knowing that's at a pure 45-degree angle. Actually, let's go ahead and get the one I just deleted back. Bam, pure 45-degree angle. Like this one, we don't really need that one. And you know what? Maybe we even want this out a bit more. So let's make sure we're lined up here and then up here. What do we think? Out there for the leaf on that one? Turn off angel place. Alright, let's grab this point again. We're going to bring this point deeper into the trunk. as such. Okay, now with this, like, if we did grab our leaves again and we dropped it here and we fix our rotation, we make everything a little smaller, but we turn on our meta ball. You see here now we're starting to get a few more shapes. Or we could start like actually painting out some interesting looking, and that's all because we already set up the branches. I think that's the plays. I think for at least for a while yet, the rest of my references are going to focus heavily on ones that we can see all the branches and we can just focus that. Because if we can focus the branches, we can, you know, move from there. Yeah, I think that's coming along pretty okay. Except for whatever's happening on this one, of course. All right, I know today was a very fast stream, but that's kind of what my Mondays are, because it's my reset day. I can figure out what I'm doing for the rest of the week. I am going to be back on Wednesday. It's going to be my first day where I am like guaranteed to be streaming about 5 hours. It'll be 3 to 8 p.m. EST minimum, if not longer. It really kind of depends. But for that one, we should be able to finish this tree and move on to the next one. I'm pretty happy with some of the progress we've made here. I'm going to grab a ton more references. Well, I'm going to make sure to get at least a reference that I really, really like. Worst case, we restart one more time, but I'm a lot faster. I'm very happy with how Stairs and Slabs works with slimmer branches. I think we're going to pick that up and carry that over. Being able to just straight up replace some of the paths with fences was real strong, so we might even play around with that more, where we just do straight up replacements, even if it's by hand. And then I'll look up some other ways, some other builders, mostly Calvin, and other people much smarter than me, do leaves on these bigger, fluffier trees. It's one thing when it's a birch and I'm just like lightly painting around the branches, but it's another when it's this big fluffy. It's my first time really trying something like this and trying to make it look pseudo realistic, like good. It needs to look good, because we're gonna have quite a few of these around, quite a few. I need to make about one or two variants of this real big oak going all over the place, with all of these smaller ones going around. And I also want to reach out to Calvin and kind of show him this, because he's the man with the plan when it comes to Axiom. And I'm curious what his idea would be for like painting a forest quickly using this growth, where you can see like from little bush, little shrub, all the way up to big boy tree. Yeah, but dudes, I'm super happy with the progress we did make today. I think we did a lot of testing. We learned a lot, and as always, thank you so much for watching. I gotta bounce for the night, but I'll see everyone Wednesday. Ciao.